Hello, welcome to the Carousel of Conversations. You're in for a real treat. Join us as we take a spin through the past, present, and future of all things Disney. Here, where there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a podcast away. Let the podcast begin. Well, Noah said that this was going to be the first podcast episode he ever listens to or watches.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's like, well, this is going to be good.
We have some big shoes to fill.
We do, but really, honestly, I think we're popular because of me anyway, so we'll just keep it going.
Probably.
Probably not. What? This would be like our least watched episode, my luck.
Right. No, that right.
All right, well,
that means we have to go
are.
off the rails to keep people in.
Well, that's natural for us anyways. I told RJ, I was like, I'm so nervous about hosting. And he was like, it's easy. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to have a conversation with Cyndi. So there's no telling what's going to get brought up and if we'll even get to finish the show notes or not.
Right? Exactly.
Okay, so here we are. You heard us, just me and Cyndi. We are doing an episode on the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique experience, and it's just Cyndi and I, and this is going to be great. There are no boys around to keep us on track. There's no fun facts. I have no fun facts. So,
I have none.
I'm just going to tell you our experience, and I might sing every now and then, but that's pretty normal.
Our fun facts is that it's just you and me.
Just us. And I love that your shirt matches your little pink hair perfectly.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Look
Bella
at you.
loves my pink hair.
She does love your pink hair.
She does not like it.
Pink hair.
No, but she does not like it when it is not bright. She thinks that it's...
doesn't.
No, she's like, what happened to your pink hair,
I know.
Cyndi?
I know. She wants that bright.
I know.
Well, speaking of Bella, this episode is all about her. And she wanted to join us today, but I told her she couldn't. So she's going to go make her own podcast on princesses.
I'm afraid she would talk more than we would.
Oh, absolutely.
Or will. Yeah, I think so.
For sure. Yeah. You can't get her to stop sometimes.
No. I don't know where she gets that from.
Me either. All right, Cyndi. You grew up in a family, or you're growing a family with all boys, right?
Yes. Right.
So Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique was not really something that you guys were ever able to do because I know they have boy options, but it's just not the same.
My boys would absolutely never, ever agree to go do that.
The night portion of it?
No. So just like Cinderella's table, like we did it together our last trip. I've never been able to do it. Always wanted to go, but I didn't have a girl.
Right.
And so my only saving grace was that you and Bella were there that year and we were taking my mom.
Right.
So that was the only reason I got to go. So, because I had asked them before, let's go to the, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And have you been to Oscar Shoes?
Yes, I have been there because we went with my sister-in-law, Kelly, and her kids. And we only have the one girl, which is Audrey.
Gotcha.
And so Audrey was about maybe 6, probably not that old, but anyway, she wanted to go. So we made the boys go as well.
Yeah.
And so, but my boys were pretty young. Noah was probably only about 3 or 4, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
now,
but we did, and it was really cool. I did love it.
Yeah, it is really good.
It is,
I loved Cinderella's Royal Table. Like when we went together, that was fun. But I really enjoyed Oscar Shoes as well. I think I like the family style fooding, like, you know,
I would say
instead of ordering individual plates.
Yeah, I would say the food was better at the other one than
Oscar Shoes.
Oscar Shoes.
Can you not say Oscar
I can't
Shoes?
Say it. Ryan,
I can't either, apparently.
Ryan corrects me all the time. But like, I think they had better options there, of course, than they do at Cinderella's table. Now, what I got that day was really good. I enjoyed it, but there were not very many options.
No, there wasn't.
I mean, remember, Ethan got a bowl of Fruit Loops. That was warm. Yes, he did. What did we pay?
The best part of Cinderella's, or not the Cinderella story, yes. Her table, yes, was the bread platter.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Well, now, I love me some pastries.
I know.
So that was right up my alley.
Girl.
I love bread. I love gluten. Gluten doesn't love me.
Yeah. So like, I would never have this experience because
Yes.
there's no
Right.
girls around at
Well,
all.
RJ and I have been very fortunate. For our listeners, you've heard us talk about the Smith family for a long time, but they've just adopted us as their own family members. I look at Cyndi and her brother Chris as my own siblings. Like, we're just close like that. And so I was thinking about it earlier today. We've been doing Disney together since our first trip. We planned separate trips, but we met up was in 2018. We were
That's
on
right.
separate family trips, but then we
Yeah.
ended up meeting up a couple times. So I
Well,
marked
that's
that as
when
our
we
first
did
trip.
isn't that when we
Oh,
did
we ran
Marathon
that trip.
Weekend? That's
Yeah, so we
why.
kind of did. It was
Yeah,
like not like we do it now, but like we saw each other
right,
a couple times. So
right.
2018, like we're talking, you know, almost 10 years of doing Disney together.
Mhm.
We
We
had
had
to
a whole
celebrate
log then
everyone.
too.
We did a whole
Yes,
boat,
we had a
but it
whole
wasn't just a
boat.
log, it was a boat.
We had a whole
Because you had
boat,
the Blankenships
a
and the
whole bank.
Smiths, all
Yeah,
of us, yes.
exactly. Yeah.
So they have taken us in as their own family, and naturally, Cyndi has become Aunt Cyndi to Bella. And so when we started planning this previous January trip, I told Cyndi, I was like, I'm going to try to get Bella in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Like, she's at the perfect age. We need to do it. And and we did it. And I said, you have to go with us. So the boys planned our previous episode, the boys planned to do the Keys to the Kingdom tour. And I was
Right.
like, this is our girls' day. We're going to hit up Magic Kingdom, do Bibbidi Bobbidi. Ethan's going to be with us. And it's just going to
Yeah.
be great.
He's such a
We
good sport.
did. He is a good sport. He didn't complain one time that
No, he
day.
did not.
I mean, he
No.
got to meet Jack Sparrow, which we'll talk more about that later. But
Oh, that
like,
was
it
so
just
great.
was, in my opinion, totally worth it. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely agree. No,
Yeah.
I don't know how much it was. I don't
Yeah.
remember that, but I would say, I mean, if I had it's just a perfect experience. And
Yep.
especially, like, I saw other girls there that were older than Bella,
Mhm.
and to me, I mean, they were a good bit older. I would say, like, 12.
Okay.
There were
Yeah.
a couple coming through there, and I don't know, I think that there's this small window of a time frame that it is truly so magical.
Yeah.
And Bella was that. Of course, she is a princess at heart, so
Yes, she
she ate
is.
up every bit of it,
Yes, yes.
but
And she
she
has
that's
continued to talk about it. Like she went to school and was like, "I'm a princess." And like the kids are constantly telling her, "You're not a princess." And she's like, "Yes, I am." Like, you don't
I'm a
understand.
princess.
She is.
Yes,
She's a
she is.
princess.
So, yes, she was the absolute perfect age, I
Yeah.
felt like, for it.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think there's a window. I met somebody not too long ago. They have a little girl that's probably 2 years younger than Bella, so maybe 4. And when she was 3, they did it, and they just said it was fun, but she doesn't remember any of it, so they wanna do it again.
Oh.
Which, I mean, I think we got it right when we needed to. I don't feel like I ever need to do it again. Does that make sense? Like, it
Yeah,
was
no,
fun.
yeah,
She
I
would
would
love
agree.
it, but
Right, I would
she
agree.
remembers. Like, it was a
Yeah, I would
good
agree.
age.
Yeah, perfect
All
age
right.
for it.
So let's talk about how to register for the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I will say RJ did most of this for us. I get really nervous when it comes to planning dine-ins and other reservations at that 60-day mark because I'm like, we got to do it at 7 a.m. We got to make sure we get the times and the tables we want. And so to help cope with my anxiety, I tell RJ to do that. So I'm not stressed out about it. And so just like you would for a dining experience or the guys did for the Keys to the Kingdom tour, you have to book Bibbidi Bobbidi 60 days in advance.
Mm,
And it's not an easy reservation to get. I think we were very fortunate because of the time of the year that we went, it's not as
yeah,
crowded. But
right.
I say the summers are really hard to get in,
I would say so.
especially if you want an early time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
Because I didn't have part of that,
right.
I was just
Right.
at the beach waiting for the confirmation that we were
Yeah.
in.
Yes, yes. And that was me. Like RJ was telling me, I think I got it. And I'm texting Cyndi and Chris, we're in, we got
We're in.
it. So he did have issues that day with the Disney app being weird, but he
Oh,
ended up getting it and he got it for I think our time was like at 9:45, 9:30-ish maybe,
Yeah, I think so.
which I enjoyed having it early in the morning because
Mhm,
that gave us the whole day in the dress,
mhm.
get photos, do the
Right,
fun things that you wanna do.
right.
So earlier in the day is definitely better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now when you get there, you don't pay for it right away, you just register. The only time you pay is when you actually get to, the boutique itself, and then they give you a lot of packages to pick from. So that's where this portion is, like, where RJ and I were heavily involved in, and then Cyndi was with us through the rest of the experience. But, um,
They
when you
didn't
get
want me on
there.
that part because I would have just said, "Yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes."
the biggest package ever. I was like,
Sign me up for
"Look
all
at
of
this
them, please.
second level."
Yeah.
Okay, so Disney has recently, redid their packages, and they have 2 levels for girls. They have a $200 level, which is where they get the whole experience, and they get to shop for a dress, they get accessories, they get a like a golden crown that's, like, generic, and then they get a wand.
Mm,
Then you have the second level, it's about $120, and it is everything that the upper level gets except for a dress, and it comes with a t-shirt instead. And so we decided, well, let's do the second level. It's called the Greatest Day Ever package. And we did that one, and we ended up buying her dress off Amazon. And I'm telling you, I don't regret that one bit
that's
because
beautiful.
her dress was gorgeous, wasn't
Mm,
it? Oh
yes,
my word, it was soft and it was I don't know, it looked really good quality. She didn't complain
yes.
about the itchiness of it or anything like that.
Listen, when we
Um,
were in there, I looked at all those dresses because I knew
yeah,
what you had paid for that dress. I just wanted to
yeah.
see what they were. They didn't have no price tags on them things. I looked at
You
all of
know
them.
why. You know why.
I was like,
I
"I
have
just wanna see how much these things
yeah.
are." No,
Well,
they were
I think like with the dress and the accessories, you're talking 80 to $100, if not more,
wow.
for all that stuff. Which I mean, it's grouped in that package, but
Yeah, but still.
I got Bella's dress on Amazon. Her beautiful. It was like a ball gown. It's just a really beautiful
It's
dress.
really cute.
It came with accessories, so like a headpiece and jewelry. It came with a little sash, and it came with gloves, and
Yeah,
that
like jewelry.
was and
Like
jewelry.
jewelry, right?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there was anything else. I don't know, but only $30. That's what I
And
paid
she
for it.
loved that jewelry.
She
She
did
did
love that
not
jewelry.
take off the jewelry.
No.
Necklace, earrings, and a ring. It had a ring.
Yes, it did.
She was
She still wears the ring. She wore the
wow.
ring yesterday, actually. She's like almost like, "Kiss my ring." Like, "Look, mom," you know? Oh my goodness. But, I mean, when we were in there, there was a family, that was sitting kinda behind us on that circle
Mhm.
couch. They did the same thing. Like,
Did they?
a lot of
I
people
think
are
a lot of
doing
people
that.
probably do,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I
I mean,
know
why not?
Carissa, we've had her on the podcast, RJ's sister, she does that for her little girl. They buy their own dress, but and they get it. Like, I mean, when we went in and we checked in, I was like, I have my own dress, and they would take it. They put it in the dressing room as if it's the whole experience with it and stuff. So if
And I
you're
don't
like,
think that they make you feel bad or
no,
different because you brought your own dress in either. I
right.
felt like, "Oh, okay, that's great." You know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
were still
Yeah.
very accommodating
Yes.
and generous, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, they just weren't like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, well,"
Right.
'cause
Right.
sometimes but that wasn't the case at all.
Well, I would think that if they offer the package it's almost identical to it,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
upper level package. Like, literally, the only thing we didn't get was the Disney dress, but we still got a dress,
Mhm.
and we didn't get this like, the little wand and a crown, but she got a
Yeah,
crown because the hairstyle you had her
that's
pick
right.
had a crown on it, you know? So
"You need the
and s
crown."
yeah, and Cindy was going for all the jewelry, all the icing, she's like, "You want that one?"
You get a crown and a Mickey head bow.
Yes,
We will
yes.
take this one.
Yeah. So, in reality, the only thing we didn't get was the little wand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
t-shirt instead. So she's
I
been able to
know.
wear
Did
her
you bring her
t-shirt at home.
T-shirt?
Yeah, I brought all the
Okay.
stuff to show. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think I was talking to somebody and they were like, how was your Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo experience? And I was like, don't bring your own dress. Like, you want
Mhm.
to save a little money doing it because it's an expensive experience.
Right.
You want to
Yeah.
save some money, bring your
Mhm.
own dress. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, it's awesome. I loved
Yeah.
it.
No, I loved it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about when we first went in there. Do you want to talk about how beautiful the wallpaper of that room was? Do you
Oh, that's
remember?
right.
Oh,
Yes, I
yes.
loved it. It
Yes.
was it was so unique, but
Yes,
it
it
had
was.
all of, like, the little mice from Cinderella and all the dresses, and it was,
Yes.
like, pink pinstriped, wasn't it? The
Yeah, and it had like little
background?
bow ribbons throughout it.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
it had just little characters and the, like, mice and
Yeah.
dresses and something else it had in
I think it
there.
had the castle in it,
Yes, that's right.
like from the movie Cinderella's Castle,
Yes,
not the
exactly.
one that's at the park.
Right.
Oh my gosh, when we walked in
I
there and I
loved
said,
it.
because we, we'll tell that fun story. We weren't sure there for a minute if Aunt Cindy was going to make it or not.
I know. Story of my
so,
life.
so we got in there and I just was like supposed to be checking out packages and I'm like staring at this wallpaper like,
I know, it was so
I want
pretty.
this wallpaper.
I know, like, that is the perfect little girl room wallpaper,
Oh,
like,
isn't it?
I don't know where you would find it, but it is adorable. I was like, "I'm
Oh,
loving this wallpaper." I was like
okay. So if you listen to our episode about us talking about our trip, you heard that the monorail was not on the Smith family side on
it
this
was
trip.
not
It
at
was
all.
not.
It was not.
So the first day, Brian and Noah are late are have not late, but having a hard time getting to the park because the orange monorail was
Poor
like
orange
broken.
monorail.
I know, not
It was
working at all.
consistently in limp home mode the whole
Yes,
trip.
it was. And what's crazy is that the Poly was under construction, so like transportation was a little bit more difficult than normal. So for
Mhm,
them not to have that aspect working,
mhm,
oh my
right.
word,
I know, and
bad.
the funniest part about that was that then, because the monorail and I know this is off, but the last day we were there, the monorail
Yeah.
had been down for so long that they were bringing buses in to run the monorail line. So they had pulled in buses, there were ESPN buses, like, it was almost like, "Okay, all buses in the
Wow.
lot, haul them in here now," because that was like going to the TTC and then the Grand Float, like, it was doing that whole loop because
Yeah.
it was down for I mean, I sat in that lobby that last day because we got stuck, I know for, like, 2 hours, which I was totally fine to sit in a Polynesian lobby
Oh,
for 2
yeah,
hours,
yeah,
plus my
yeah,
knees were like, "I'm done."
yeah.
Um, but, like, we were just watching, like, that thing was down forever, so no, the
That's
monorail
crazy.
was not on its best.
No, it was not.
It was
But
not.
then what was weird is that okay, so our first day at Magic Kingdom was a Sunday, right? I think it
Yes,
was a
yes.
Sunday. So
It
that's
was a
when Brian
Sunday.
and Noah had issues. And
Yes.
then, which you guys, I guess, wouldn't have ridden it on Monday. Tuesday is when we had
Yes.
Keys to the Kingdom and Bibbidi
And then
Bobbidi,
Bibbidi Bobbidi, right.
which the boys had to be at Magic Kingdom at like 8:30, 8 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning
they had to
because you
be
have to be there
early,
so
yeah.
early. And
Uh-huh.
I didn't hear that they had any problems getting in.
No, I don't think they did.
And
Mm-mm.
so then our appointment's like at 9:30-ish. And I told Cyndi I'm going in normal park hour time. I'm going to grab me a coffee because I tried the first day not getting a coffee right. And it was, no, we got to have the coffee.
Yeah,
And I was like,
she
I'm going to get a
she
coffee.
struggled that first day,
I
people.
struggled big time. I'm not about that. I can't do it.
Right.
I have to have it.
And you refused to drink the Joffrey's in the hotel, so
I
you really
know.
had no coffee.
I know. I can't
I
drink
have
it.
to drink it just because it's there.
Yeah, but the whole day
But
you're saying, I haven't had any good coffee today. I've got to
yes,
have some better
yeah, I did say
coffee.
that every day.
It's
Yeah,
just
I
not
need some good
good.
coffee.
So I said, she texted me, she's like, I'm on my way, but it doesn't look like the monorail is running. And so I was like, well, keep me posted. I'll grab you a coffee. We're going back and forth. I'm in the line. She's like, they got us on, we're coming. And I was like, okay. And then she said,
It's not moving. And they're either going to telling us to take a boat or to walk to Magic Kingdom.
I know,
Cindy's got a
people.
bum knee. She can't
I know.
walk.
I was like, "I can't walk." And people, it was 30 degrees that morning.
It's
It
cold.
was cold. And
Yes.
that guy was like, "You can walk or you can take a bus." And I just looked at him and I said, "Oh, that is not gonna work for me.
No.
Do you see these knees?" I was like, "That is not gonna work."
Oh, that's so
No.
funny.
I
So
was like, "Mm-mm,
yeah,
mm-mm,
no,
mm-mm."
there's no way. Once she told me they were they think we should either walk or ride a boat, I looked at Bella and I said, "And Cindy
She
might
ain't
not make
making
it."
it.
You know?
I was
I had already was in the mentality of they're not making it,
Mhm, mhm.
But I don't know. By the time I got my coffee and I was heading to
Do
Bippity
the
Boppity,
yeah,
you said, I think we're gonna be there, but we're gonna cut
yeah,
it close.
right.
So, which, Disney cast members are
Mhm,
amazing. That's why you want to
mhm.
treat them so well because they're there to
Yes,
help your
exactly.
trip go smoothly.
Right.
And I was just kind of like a creeper, standing outside the Bippity Boppity boutique, and I had Bella's dress, and we're just standing there. And the guy's like, "Are you needing to check in?" I was like, "Yeah, but her aunt is on the way, and she's stuck on the monorail." And he's like, "Look, come on in. We'll make sure Auntie gets with us." And I was like, "All right." So they were great about it, something
Yeah, they
that
really were.
my little planning attitude, my type A personality was like, "Oh no, what if she doesn't get to experience this with us? We had been planning
That's my
this."
last chance.
Yeah, for
Like,
real.
this is it.
And we
So
had talked about it for a year now,
right, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
all those things, all those plans, those expectations were crashing down. And then the cast member was there to save the day. He was like, "Oh no, we'll get Auntie in here with us."
And let's
And
face
it
it,
was
do you think
perfect.
for 1 minute if they told me that I wasn't gonna be able to get in there, that I was gonna accept that answer? I would have been
No,
like, "Oh, no.
absolutely not.
That's not gonna
No,
work for me either."
yeah, I know you can hold your own.
Oh, no.
And you know what? And the guy was right anyways, because when we went in and checked in, he kept saying it's gonna be a minute before it gets started.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
think we waited even
You
when you got in there about 30
yeah,
minutes,
yeah,
right?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, we were there for quite some time even after I came in and sat down, so,
Yeah, we
yeah.
sat there for a little bit, but
Yeah, it
she
was
made
quite a
it,
while.
and it
I
was
made it.
great.
That was all that mattered.
Okay, so you go in, you check in, and we checked in with a lady that actually looked like the fairy godmother, in my opinion.
We
she,
did.
she looked just like her, and I kept looking at her like, "I think you have the wrong job. I think you
Yes.
should be the fairy godmother." But she gave me an iPad. She told me to pick the package, and when we checked in, she was like, "Okay, Bella, are you a princess or are you a queen?" And Bella's like, "Oh, I'm a
Huh,
princess."
princess.
So she writes. I had no idea why she's asking this questions. I thought they were just doing their normal
Yeah.
kind interactions. So she writes that down, and then she said, "Are we celebrating the best day ever or a birthday?" And this was Bella's birthday gift, part of her birthday gift. And we said birthday, and she's like, "Okay, go sit down. We'll call you when we're ready." And so when they come to get her, the reason they asked her if she was a princess or a queen is because they said they'll grab the room's attention, "Let me have your attention. We're welcoming Princess Bella to the dressing rooms," or whatever. And so she was referred to as a princess I mean,
Whole
literally, even
time.
after the boutique, she was
Yes, all
referenced
day
as a princess
long.
all
Yeah.
day long.
Yeah.
So that was just, I don't know. I love that part because Bella eats that up. She
Yes, and
loves
she
it.
did. And her
Yes.
face would literally light up every time someone would say princess, and she was like
Yes. I love it. Okay, and Cindy, I want to see if you remember this part. I'm going to let you do a little bit more talking.
"Mm."
Hmm. They call us back and they put us in the mirror room. Can you tell us about the
Yes.
mirror
That was my
experience?
favorite
Was
part.
it?
I
It's
love
good. It
I
was
know,
good.
I thought I don't remember everything that they said, but so they took you into this room, and the girl that was helping us, she was playing with her hair,
Yeah.
messing with her hair and feeling her
Yep.
hair, and then she said, "I'm gonna step out," so that you can get dressed.
Do
And
you
there's a
remember why
special
she was playing
was it
with
don't
her
they check
hair?
for lice to
Yeah,
make
they
sure?
check to make sure that like she has no hair conditions. So
Yeah.
lice, dry scalp, anything like that.
Yeah.
So
And
that
she
is good
played
for
with it.
those who are like, oh, a long time, like a
Yeah,
very
it
long
was a
time.
long time that
Yeah,
she was sitting there messing with her hair.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's good for those, you're worried about cleanliness. Like that,
Right.
they didn't straight tell us we're going to check her scalp, but you could
No.
tell like that's what they were doing. So, I
Right,
mean, I
and I think if
appreciated that.
you had read on blogs as well as,
Yeah.
before coming that was part of the reason that they
Yeah.
do that was to kinda so
Yeah.
they played with her hair, and then she said, "If you'll watch the magic mirror,
Mm-hmm.
the fairy godmother has a
Yeah.
greeting or something for you," I
Yeah.
think
Has a
she
message for
said, or a
you.
message for you.
And so she had to do the bippity boppity boo.
Yeah, and she
Yep.
told us, right,
Yeah.
to
Right.
say, um, that, and so, of course, Bella ate that up, but we all
Yes.
had to say it together
Yes.
for Bella,
Yep.
and then sure enough, the fairy godmother, she shows up in the mirror. I could
Yeah.
not tell you what she said because I
Right.
was just like, "This is really
I know.
cool."
Yes. I have no idea what she said. She said
No
she
idea.
looked at one point, she was like looking at Bella, like they make everything so real life, right?
Right,
Like you have
yes.
grown up so much and we have a treat for you, which I
Yes.
thought went perfect. I brought it with me so we told Bella that she was getting this for Christmas and I packed her dress up in a I'm gonna have to remember that she can't listen to this episode. I wrapped her dress up in a box and everything, and I put a letter in there. It was the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique letter, and it was signed by the fairy godmother. And she was like, "I've been watching you all year. You deserve a makeover." I had no idea that was like basically the message of the mirror, and I
I
was
mean,
like,
it's
I did some great planning here.
yeah, it was such a cool experience, I thought, like,
Yeah.
just how they did the whole message, and how
Yes.
she appeared in the mirror.
Yeah.
It was so
It
adorable,
was
like,
great.
it
Yes.
was great. Yeah,
So
it
I
was
think
great.
at that point, if you were going to buy a dress, that's when they would have you go shop for a dress.
Probably,
And
yeah.
they have different princess options like Belle,
They
Jasmine,
had them all.
Cinderella. They had them all. I did see Elsa. There was someone I thought, oh, I don't see them. Maybe Mulan or I don't know. But they had a lot of them there. They even had some
Mhm.
Encanto options like Isabella and
Oh,
Mirabelle.
did they?
Yeah, so they had a lot of options there, but since we didn't have that, they had the dress hanging in our dressing room. We made
Mhm.
Ethan leave the room, and he
Yes, we
talked to
did.
all the cast members in the hallway.
He
We could
did, we
hear
could
him the whole
hear him
time. Yeah.
because he wasn't in there to see the fairy godmother at all.
Right, no, he
Right?
wasn't.
He
Right,
wasn't, that's right,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, he was
and
outside. Yeah,
so
we could hear him talking to the cast members, that's
oh,
right.
yeah, yeah, he had his little iPad, and he's just talking with all of them, so we weren't
Yeah.
worried about him at all.
No, not a bit.
So then Bella gets dressed. We help her get
Mhm,
dressed.
yes.
Now, in the room, the part of the package that we got had a t-shirt. In fact, at the end, they give her this whole swag bag. It's a
I know,
little
it's so cute.
backpack and it says Bippity Boppity Boutique on it. But I have her t-shirt in here and I'll have some other things I can show later. But this was the t-shirt that was waiting for her. It says the best day ever, and it has the Bippity Boppity Boutique on it. It has like little diamonds and stuff. And so
So cute.
very soft
It's a
t-shirt.
good fabric.
Yes,
Good
very it's
fabric.
gonna last a long time.
Mhm.
And so that was already waiting in our room so that we could put it in our bag. And I think they do it that way for the kids who po- chose the package but didn't bring a dress. They
Maybe,
can
yeah.
wear that shirt all day.
Yeah.
And then they had us go into the dressing room, or I say the dressing room,
Yes.
but the shopping room, like where you shop
Yes.
for dresses.
Right, because she changed and
Yep,
put on her dress, and then we went and sat right there in that
yep,
little where all of the princess dresses were at.
yes.
And I think at
Now,
that point, they handed you another iPad, maybe to
it was a paper. It was a
okay.
paper to pick hairstyles.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Yes.
That's yeah, oh, yeah, that's where it all
Yeah.
came.
Yeah, that's where it all happened. Well, okay,
Is
before we get to that, at this point we are still in the Bippity Boppity building beside Prince Charming's carousel.
yes.
So I didn't realize we were going to leave that building.
Yeah, that's right. I
So
didn't either.
that was fun. Like you go to 3 different buildings and the whole
Right, because
experience.
when we first came to meet you, I always thought that's where we went first, where they were
Yeah.
taking us. And so and they were like, "Are you
Oh,
looking
okay.
for something?" And they were like, "Oh, then you need to come here." I didn't realize that
Yeah.
that's where you went first, and then they took you over to the
Right.
other area. I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
So we did. We had to walk over there.
Yeah. And remember, it's cold.
It is
I,
cold.
I had a selfish mom moment, which we'll talk about later, but it was cold.
It's very cold.
Along with the dresses, people were buying these blankets that had hoods on them,
Yes.
that had a little crown. I was so tempted. It was like $60. I was
It
like,
was 65.
I'm like, I can't spend that much on a blanket. I just
It was
can't.
super cute.
So cute.
It was
So
so cute,
cute.
but it was like a
Yes.
jacket blanket, it was
Yes.
like one of those onesies that people kind of sit on their couch with,
Yep.
but it had a crown on it.
Yes. Yes.
It had a crown.
Yeah, that was, I mean, and it was smart. Like Disney kept stocking them while they were in there.
Yeah, it was
But
so
Bella
cool.
has her blankie. Like
Yeah, she does.
blankie goes everywhere with
Right,
us,
right.
And I was like, this will be fun for today, but she probably won't give it any other attention
Right.
after today. So I
Yeah.
was like, we're not going to do that. But I was tempted. I
know,
thought
I
about
knew.
it for a good minute.
I know. I was like, "She's gonna get that blanket." I was, like, watching. I was like, "She's yes." And it was super cold, and so that was the
Yes.
reasoning to even consider it.
Right.
Because it would have been easier to put that blanket around her with that little tiny spaghetti strap dress, and it's 30
Yeah.
degrees outside, than to
Yeah.
put a coat on because it still would have given you that
Right.
princess kind of vibe,
Right.
I guess. But
Right.
in the end, you were practical.
Yeah. It's just not always easy to be practical at Disney.
Never.
Never.
Never. Never.
Uh,
So then we had to pick out hairstyles
Yep.
there before we
Yeah.
went, and they took us.
Yeah.
And they had, what, like
So
4 or 5 or
there was a lot.
there was a
I think
lot
there
of
was
stuff.
about 5 options. And so Bella was Tiana, and so she wanted to get the most Tiana hairstyle that she could get. And so we're looking at all of them. She found one that she thought was very Tiana-ish. It had like a little hair piece, like bun at the top. Well, then Aunt Cyndi was like, "Look at that one, Bella." And it was a bun hairstyle that came with a crown and a Mickey
Because
piece. So
I
this
think
was
the
the
one
crown.
that she was first looking at was just like this big bow.
It was. All it was
And
a big
and I
bow.
was like, "Girl, you can wear a bow
No.
anywhere. I can go
Yeah.
buy you a hair bow somewhere, but you
Yeah.
cannot always get a Mickey Mouse crown."
No. Yeah, like Cyndi really did, and like, I mean, she was there for the ride. Like
Mhm.
you did not add much to it. You were just enjoying it, but that was the moment you were like, "No, girl, you want that one." It was so great. So this was the crown that caught Aunt
Yes,
Cindy's
so
eye. It is a
cute.
beautiful crown.
It is.
And then the little
Yes.
Mickey pin that goes on the back.
Yes.
And so Anthony was like, you need to get
I was like,
that
"Bella,
one."
we need all the bling. None
Yes,
of these
all of it.
crowns. Princesses wear crowns." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, yeah. She was
Which
fine with it. That's all I had to
Mhm.
say.
I know. It didn't take much to convince her. Oh, like,
No.
okay. So
So then
funny.
we waited. Like we picked out the
Yeah.
hairstyle, and I mean, if you count the dressing room, like your third room by now, right? So you're just in
Right.
this room with all the dresses and you're just waiting for your turn. And so then they come and they get everyone's attention again. They're yelling for or calling for Princess Bella.
Mhm.
And they said, we're going to walk to Cinderella's castle. That was the part that I was most surprised by because I really thought
Yeah.
there was more rooms in that building.
I did too.
Yeah, and she was like, she looked at me, and Bella already has her Tiana dress on, this beautiful dress that I'm obsessed with. And she was like, "Do you want to?" This was my selfish moment. She goes, "We're gonna walk to the castle," which is just like a
It wasn't
couple feet.
far.
It's
Yeah.
not far at all.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Do you want her to wear a jacket since it's cold?" I was like, "I think she'll be okay." I'm like, don't want to wrestle with the jacket right now. I mean, because
No.
like a minute walk to
And
Cinderella's
let's
castle.
face it, Bella was not gonna have anything to do with putting on a
Oh,
jacket anyway, because from the
no.
moment that she put on that dress, it might be 30 degrees outside,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about that later, but that girl
Yep.
was not wearing no jacket.
No.
No,
Once she put on the Tiana dress, she was
she was
Tiana.
and she
You
was
know
like,
what I mean?
"Princesses don't wear jackets.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't
Tiana
wear
doesn't have a
jackets."
jacket with her dress. I don't need to wear
Yeah,
one with
that's
mine.
what she told me. She's like, "Princesses don't wear jackets." So I was like, "Alright, okay."
And, I was okay with it. I don't feel like I
Yeah.
was harming my child by
Oh,
any,
no.
but
It was not
that's
like
what
we were
she
going to
wanted.
Tomorrowland.
Right, yeah.
That would have
And there
been
were
different.
times that day I made her put her jacket
Yes,
on, but
absolutely, you
there were
did.
some times I was like, "You're fine. You don't have to wear
Yeah,
it right now," you
exactly.
know?
Yeah.
So, they walk us over to my favorite room inside Cinderella's castle, and that's the boutique room. That's where they do the
Yes,
hair, and it's inside the castle. Like, that is
I
so
know.
rare for Disney World. Like,
Yes,
unless you're gonna get that suite, which hardly anybody can get, or you're gonna
I
eat at
know.
Cinderella's royal table, you're not going in the castle.
No, you're
So
not
for
at
us to
all.
take us into a portion of the castle that we had never been in
Mhm,
before, it was so pretty. It was
mhm.
so nice. I loved it
And for
so
that
much.
reason, I would do Cinderella's table again,
Yes,
just for that whole
absolutely.
experience, and
Yeah.
I'm 50. I don't care that I'm 55 years old, I would still do it.
Yes, I know.
I would
Oh my goodness.
absolutely go
You don't
again.
care that you're 55. The whole time as they're doing Bella's makeup, Cindy's like, I want some of me of that pixie dust.
I was like, "You think
I'm
she'd
like,
let
I
me
don't
borrow
think they're
that
gonna
pixie dust
pixie
thing?
dust us.
Please can I have some pixie dust?
Oh, that was
I need
so
to feel
funny.
special."
Oh, it was so great. I guess I should have mentioned that we've grabbed Ethan by now. Ethan's with us. We
Yes, he
reunited
is
with
with
him.
us.
Still
He
doing
was.
great. But
Yes.
yeah, we go into that room and at that point, we have they call them apprentices because they're like training under fairy godmother of how to do the hair and the makeup.
Yeah.
And she was so great. I
She
loved
was
her. She
very
was
sweet.
she was so
She was
good,
very
and
good.
they had it already planned out what her hair was gonna be, and so they took her time with her hair, and, they did her makeup, and they paint her nails, and one of the fun things that I also didn't realize was that the PhotoPass people were gonna be in there
I
taking pictures.
know.
Like,
That
I
was
thought that was gonna be up to me, but
mhm.
it wasn't. It was
No.
nice.
They had, like, 2
Mhm.
and one time they had 3 PhotoPass, and they were just walking around, like
Yep.
and there wasn't that many really in there, so it wasn't,
Right.
like, super crowded.
Nope.
But they had 2 or 3 PhotoPass people, and they were just standing there waiting to just constantly
Yeah.
click pictures.
And what they did is it's kind of like if you do, Belle's story time
Oh,
where
yeah.
you get a
RJ's favorite
card,
thing.
his favorite thing
His
ever that
favorite.
he loves,
Yeah,
and
he
he got
loves
out
that.
of it this trip.
He
The
did. He got
next trip
lucky, though. He won't
yeah,
get out of it
next
next
time.
time.
No.
Mm-mm.
But the first cast member or the first PhotoPass person, they'll take a picture and they scan that card and then they put the
Mhm.
card beside Bella. There's like a card holder beside her. So every time a PhotoPass person takes a picture, they just scan that card and it
Oh, I didn't even see
automatically
him do
goes to
that.
my phones. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see them put it beside of her.
Yep. And it
Huh.
was automatically going. And like these are good pictures. I mean,
They were
they're,
good pictures. Yeah.
professional cameras.
Right.
I think even the pictures that I've shared the most on social media are the ones that they have sent, not necessarily the ones I took
Oh, okay.
in that room, the ones
Mhm.
outside the room. But yeah. So a couple things that they did for her. They did that big old bun. This was what was in her hair. Look
I
at
know. I've always wondered how you see the little girls walking around the park and they have like Bella has hair like me that's she has a lot, but it's fine, I feel
Yeah,
like.
it is.
I don't
It
feel
is.
like she has your thick hair.
No.
And so it's very fine. I'm like, how are they gonna get that thing up in a big old bun?
Yeah.
I got
With
that
all
work.
the gel that they put in
Oh
her
my
hair.
word. They just kept putting gel and kept putting gel. And then they
Yes.
would spray stuff and then they would find some more. I looked at Jessalyn and I was like, oh, you ain't never getting this stuff out of her
And I
hair.
really didn't think I was going to. I'm like, okay, so I know for our listeners, this will be hard for you to, you can't see it, but this is the brush. They gave us the brush that she used. And I don't know if you can tell, but all that gel that's like just clumped
Caked
up
in
in
there.
that that little comb, and I mean, and it's sticky, like, you know, like
It was
she just
sticky.
they would comb it, and then they would put gel, and they would comb it again, and
Yes.
the majority of the process was the gelling of the hair.
It
Like, it
really
was
was.
a lot.
It
It
was
was
a
a
lot
lot.
of gel.
And she had a song. Do you remember her
I
song?
know. I was like, that was the best thing ever. I was like,
Yes.
"No."
Yes. So she was like, "What song does Elsa sing?" And she goes, "Let it stay, let it stay." And like was doing, and I was like, "That's the song that we all need to sing in the mornings when we're
And what was
getting
the end
ready."
of it? It was like, let it stay. May it not move all day."
Yes.
Wasn't that
Yes.
the end of it?
Yep,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
it.
that was
And it
so
was
cool.
so good.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It
It
didn't
didn't move.
move.
And it
Not
was
even a
cold
little bit.
and windy that day.
Yep.
It was windy,
It
and that
didn't
hair
move.
yeah, it didn't move.
But I
Mhm.
love, like, I mean, I'm never gonna use this comb again. I probably should. I need help styling Bella's hair, but like that. But like this is a nice little.
It
We
is.
called it a donut when I had one back in high school. But that what they rolled into the bun, so they like
Mhm.
obviously let you keep that. And then all the accessories, and then her makeup palette that they gave.
No,
So
that's so
she
cute.
has they used one color while we were there, but
Yes.
Bella puts on makeup all the time. You can see that she's used this a lot.
But I thought it was interesting that they painted her nails and they did
Mhm.
her makeup, and then that they actually you get that each time. Like,
Yeah.
so it's
Yep.
not like they have this big one and they use it
Right. Yeah.
one per
I think
person.
that goes along with their cleanliness,
I think so. Yeah.
like, because you go get your hair done, the hairdresser uses these combs and they put them in that little cleaning thing, right?
Right,
No,
right.
everyone gets their own comb. Everyone
Yeah,
gets their own makeup palette. I mean, I
yeah,
even have the nail polish
yeah.
still. I mean, and that's why they give you the swag bag here. So you're gonna carry all of this stuff in it.
Mhm,
And this comes with all the packages too. So,
mhm.
I mean, this was and the whole thing was great. And since, they let her pick what color she wants, the nails,
Right.
this nail polish lasted a long time too. Like it
Yeah,
just
it was on
started
the whole
falling off.
trip.
Yep, it
I think the
was.
best thing is even the whole time that they were working on her hair and gelling it up, like, she literally was sitting in that chair, so she was sitting so upright, and
Yes,
she was very prim and proper and
she was.
smiling, and it was like, "Yes, please pay attention
Yes.
to me."
Yeah, she was
Please
in
take care.
character.
Oh, she was so in
Which
character.
is afterwards I asked her cuz she always complains that I hurt her when I'm brushing her hair, which is
Oh.
why I don't do a lot with it because I feel like it's a hassle just to
Mm,
like get through
just
the
the kind of
brushing.
soft scalp.
And I was like, "Bella, you didn't complain this much at the Bibbidi Boppity." Like, she didn't make a sound. Like, she was just talking and
No,
laughing. And
she
she
did
goes,
not.
"I didn't want to hurt her feelings." I was like, "So you want to hurt my feelings?" I'm like, "I know you're better than that."
She never flinched, not
No,
one
never.
time, like,
Yes.
not at all, and I was like, "Wow," like, she was in character, like,
Yes.
the entire time, didn't
Oh, and
matter.
you could see, like, for our friends who are friends with us, like, legit friends with us on, in our lives, if you look at those pictures and those
Mhm.
videos, I won't share them on our podcast page, but she was very, like,
Oh, she was
posture,
mhm.
proper, like, she was living this moment, and
Oh, she
for
absolutely
me, that made it. Like,
mhm.
and I know, like, even, like, as her aunt, and you're a big figure in our family, like, that it made me a little emotional at times,
Oh,
like, how
yeah.
much she was loving this,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
told Cyndi before we walked into the castle, the beautiful room inside the castle, I was like, "When I had Bella, I was really nervous that she was gonna be a tomboy because I wouldn't know what to do with that." And the girl is, like, the polar opposite of a
Mhm.
tomboy,
Yeah,
like,
she
almost to the point I don't know what to do with the girliness of her.
she is very girly girl.
Yeah.
A
This
very girly
experience
girl.
was made for kids like that. If your kid has
Yes.
a great imagination, like, you need to do this. It's well worth it.
Yeah, it is. And just loves that whole princess era of life, and
Yeah.
it's okay. I mean, they're
Yeah.
only little once. Let them live it up, you know?
Right, exactly. I know, that's why
And
she's,
she
like, telling me
did.
all these kids at school are like, "She's not a princess." And I've told Cindy this several times, if these parents at their homes want to, like, be realistic with their kids like that,
Mhm.
let them,
It's fine.
but I'm not going to be that way. Like, I'm going to let her
No.
be a kid for as long as she can be.
Right. I always
You
remember
know?
my dad saying, even when I was young, like, I don't know, I was probably, 12. And he was like, I always want you to play with your baby dolls as long as you can and as long as you want to, because there will be a day when you will no longer play with them. And
I
that part of
know.
your life is going to be over.
Yeah.
And so, like, that has always kind of been a mentality, even though I have boys. And of
Yeah.
course, Spencer's sitting at dinner tonight playing with Ethan's action figures. So,
But you know what?
but
That's
you know what?
okay. He's
I mean,
fine.
it's like enjoy that carefree spirit of not worrying
Yes.
about things. You know
Right.
what I mean?
The
So
world
yeah,
wants these kids to grow up
grow
too
so
fast,
fast.
and the world is full of a lot of scary things, and so I want her to be in that imagination
Right. Because
as
you
long as she
can't,
can be.
once they get exposed to those things or you take that away, guess what? You're
Yeah.
never going to get that time back
Right.
with them. So I don't know.
You know what? Now
Enjoy
that
it.
we're talking,
Uh-oh.
you and I should start our own podcast. Uh, Life advice with Jessalyn and Cyndi.
That'll be a good one.
Uh, we have a lot of opinions.
Yeah, we kind of do, don't we?
Yeah, that's okay. That's why we're fun.
Yeah, we kind
Uh,
of do have a few
yeah.
opinions. Yeah,
Sometimes it gets us in trouble, but it's
I
okay.
know. Just like when we were at the Poly, like we stayed that first night and completely off subject, but they were
Yeah.
doing major construction at the Poly that night.
Yeah.
And so there was literally beeping, like backup beeping all night. Beep, beep, beep. It was 1:00 in the morning and it was still beeping. Brian gets up at like 1:30. I'm like, what is that? I'm going to go take the key. And he was like, I don't know. And so anyway, so the next morning, that's why I didn't make it I went to the front desk and I was like, listen, I don't usually complain when I'm at Disney.
No.
But let me just tell you what my night was like last night. And the guy just kind of looked at me. I was like, I'm just going to tell you that's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here for the next 9 days. If I want to listen to that beeping noise all night, I'll just drive Brian's scooter up and down the hallway. I said,
His
that's not going to work
stroller.
for me. Yeah. I was like, it's just not going to work for me. You're going to have to do something. I
And
was
they
like,
did
and he
something.
did. He was
Yeah.
very, like, we gave him a cast shout out because
Yeah.
he was like, so understanding, agree, I'm going to do this. I'm also going to do this.
Yeah.
And so then I spent the next 2 hours packing up the room. But hey, I didn't have to listen to the beeping all night. But
That's
anyway,
crazy. In general, it's crazy to me that they decided that they were going to do construction in the middle of the night.
I know he did tell me that one guest member went outside to where they were beeping. And I told Brian, I was like, it wasn't me. And I was like, because I would do something like that. I was like, it wasn't me, I promise. And he's like,
He
but
knows it
one
would have
guest member,
been.
he went outside and was like, this has got to stop,
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
That's where our strong opinions come in. Like, you're going to
Yeah.
have to stop. I know it's
Yeah.
Disney and you have to do work at night because
Right.
blah, blah, blah. I get all that. But your beeping ain't going to work.
No.
That's not
I
going
mean,
to.
because on the flip side, you're also paying a lot of money to stay there.
And I did tell him that. I said, I
Yeah.
did not pay X amount of money to
Right.
stay here and to listen to beeping all night.
Right.
I can do
Right.
that in my own room with Uncle Brian's scooter. Like, no, that's not gonna work for me. But anyway, he
Yeah.
was very good. So yeah,
Yeah. That's
I
good.
don't even
And
know
then
how we got off on that, but
because we
anyway.
have opinions.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have opinions. That's exactly right.
So,
Yeah,
okay, so now we're back in the boutique
back in the
room.
boutique. Yeah, sorry.
No, we're good. I love it. I'll just tell RJ not to listen to this
Yeah,
episode. One of the
so they're
things that
working
they're
on
doing new, yeah, they're doing her hair and her makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, that whole process, they're taking pictures. We're sitting literally adjacent to her on this couch. We're the three of us, me, you, and Ethan, are watching her and looking at other children not really enjoy the experience as much as what Bella was.
No.
But one of the cool things that they're doing is they're implementing the fairy godmother a lot now. So at one point they start playing this really loud music,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden it's the fairy godmother.
Yeah.
And she's walking around to each kid and she's checking on her apprentices, making sure they're doing their job correctly and stuff. So right in the middle of her makeover, she just has a chat with the fairy godmother, which is a rare character.
Yeah,
Like you
very
don't
rare.
always get to see her.
Mm-mm. I think
So
I've
that was
seen her
cool.
and met her once in how many years that we've been going. Ethan
Right.
and I saw her, I think,
Yeah.
in the parks years ago. But,
Wow.
like, that's the only time I've ever met her.
It must have been one of your boys because afterwards, when you meet her again, Ethan said that was his, because we got a picture of just him and the fairy
Oh.
godmother, because he said that was his first time.
Oh, maybe it was one of my
Because he
boys
got to
then.
meet 2 new characters that day.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yes.
did. It was a big day for Ethan too.
It was. It was a great day
And
for
if
me.
I'm wrong, when Ethan watches this episode, he'll let you know. So
Oh, he'll tell you. He argues every time he watches it. He was like, "What? What?" He'll set us
Oh,
straight. No worries.
yes.
No worries.
So at the end of her makeover, this whole time the mirror is behind her. She
Right.
doesn't see herself.
Right.
And I love that. She's looking at us. So we're
Mhm.
looking at the whole experience. She's looking at us. She's looking at the room. She doesn't see herself. And so at the end, they right before they turn her around to look at herself, they put a little sash on her. And since we told them this was her birthday, it says birthday princess on it, and that's what she wore around. And for those of you who have young kids, Minnie's Boutique on like Disney Junior, she mentions that she's like, Minnie has been around
Minnie.
teaching us how to do bows.
Yes, it was
So
so
I
cool how
love
they
that.
did that.
And it
I've
was like
never
that.
seen
It
that.
was so
Yeah.
fast. Oh
I've
my
never
word.
seen them do that before, how they just took
Yeah.
rubber bands and made that into
Yeah,
a
that's
bow.
all it is like, and I know for our podcast listeners, it's hard to see, but it's just like one of those plastic hair rubber bands that you would put in like baby's hair. Like that's
Yeah.
all that is. So they
For sure.
draped this on her. And another cool thing is they took a bobby pin and they clipped it to her dress. It didn't move
Yeah,
all
that's
day.
right.
And
No.
that wind, like you said, it was blowing. So it was like stationed in there. So right when she's looking at us, they ask her, now, what do you want to be called? Well, no. Then they turn her to look in the mirror. And that was such a great moment because they pixie dusted her. She looked in the mirror and she's like, oh, that princess, look at me, look. And, we're feeding that too in the
Yeah.
background. You and I
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
And then they ask her, how do you want to be introduced? Do you want to be introduced as Princess Bella or Princess Tiana? And she was like, I want to be Princess Tiana. So she keeps her facing the mirror and we're behind her now. Like we're not seeing her, right? This is her big reveal. And the apprentice is like, let me have your attention. So she's talking to the whole room. We have a very special guest straight from the bayou, Princess Tiana. And they turned her around and Bella's just like looking around the room. Like, everyone look at me. Like, I have that on video. Like, she was
so
eating
cool.
it up.
Mhm.
Yes. And
Yeah,
she just
she
walks
was.
to us. It was so awesome.
But
So
she was
great.
waiting for that moment.
Yes, she
Like,
was.
she was waiting for that moment,
Yes.
like, this is my reveal. I've been
Yes.
practicing how I'm
Yes.
going to stand and smile, like, this is
And
my
what's
reveal.
funny is like every day after that, like we had like a dress, like a themed dress for her for the rest of the parks. Every day after that in our hotel room, she would go to the bathroom. It had a little sliding door. And she would whisper outside the door, Mommy, introduce me as Cruella. And so I would have to it's just RJ in the room. And I'm like, introducing Cruella. And she would walk out. Like it was the rest of the trip. She needed an
Mhm.
introduction.
Yeah, and my favorite part, like, a little off kilter, was she still had that button on that said happy birthday, and
Yes.
because it would be cold certain days, she would have
Yeah.
a jacket on, and if
Yeah.
we were walking past a cast member, she would make sure that her jacket was moved so they would see her button, and she's like
Yeah.
until they would recognize her, and then she's
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
Yeah. No, she didn't need it anymore.
I don't need
Or if they didn't say anything, she would say, they didn't tell me happy birthday. Like it
Yes.
was really offensive to
Yes,
her.
exactly, yeah. I was like,
She
"Oh."
makes it so fun though. Like,
She does.
I love that.
She does, yeah.
That's what I don't want it to end.
No,
But
I know.
at that point, where
Well, they
they
did
give
paint her
us their bag.
nails.
They paint
Yes,
her nails, and they put all of that stuff in our little swag bag,
and all
and
her
they
glitter
and all
that
her
they didn't share
glitter.
with Aunt Cindy.
No, but it could have rubbed off on you easily.
I tried, it didn't. That stuff
It was
wasn't
like
coming out of her hair.
stuck in that
I
hair.
tried to get some of it out. I was, like, rubbing her head.
We
I'm
should
like,
have taken you to Sir Mickey's because they will pixie dust you at Sir Mickey's.
"Oh, do they really?"
Yeah, they will. The toy store across from the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Uh-huh.
You just ask them;
Oh,
they'll do
that's
it.
right. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know it. Now you tell
Yes.
me. I coulda
Oh,
had myself
sorry.
some.
Next trip.
Okay.
Well, next trip we can go back to Cinderella's royal table and get pixie dusted before we go in
There
there.
you go. Yes, exactly.
All right, so then they take us to our last location, and once again, they're like, "Do you want a jacket?" At that point, I didn't have a say. You know what I mean?
No,
That's
you
when
didn't.
Bella was like, "No, I don't want to." I mean, she is full character now, and
Hands
so
out.
hands out, walking, dress out, pulls the dress out. And
Right.
they walk us to where Sir Mickey's is. So if you're standing behind the castle, the store directly to the left is Bibbidi Bobbidi. The store directly to the right is Sir Mickey's. And in Sir Mickey's, they have a very special meet and greet with the fairy godmother that only people who do the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique can get a picture with her.
Mhm. Can
And
I just
so,
say that as many times as I've been in that gift shop,
yeah,
and correct me if I'm wrong, I have never noticed that they had part of that shop sectioned off for that. Have you?
they, I've never noticed it sectioned off.
I've never noticed that.
That was the first time. And I think it's because, okay, so on one of our trips we went, it definitely wasn't sectioned off because we saw there was nobody in there. We didn't do the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique experience, but a cast member was like, "Do y'all want to get some? Do you have photo pass? Do you want to get pictures made?" And they had like these different scenes and different props, and they let Bella do that. And so I think that's what they used to do. But now, since you can
oh,
meet the fairy godmother, I wonder if they blocked it off because you can't just meet her. Like, you
right.
have to do
Everybody would.
Bibbidi Boppity
Right.
to meet
Yeah.
her. So I
Yeah.
wonder if that,
Because it
because they
was
even have a cast member
definitely.
on the outside of the door
Yeah.
guarding
Yeah.
people coming in.
And there's no way if you're in that shop that you could see that she was over there.
Right.
The way they had it sectioned off, you
Right.
wouldn't know that's what character was over there, basically.
Yeah, I definitely think it's because that it's her
Yeah,
for
probably.
sure.
Yeah, I would think so.
But you get to meet her and you get a little signed autographed from her,
And
which
she
is
was a
once again rare.
very good fairy
She
godmother.
was. Yeah. I mean, she
Very good.
interacted with Ethan too. Like, what I
She
loved about
did.
that was that wasn't just about Bella. It was, I mean, Bella had her moment, but
Uh-huh.
like they included all of us, even Ethan,
Yes, they
that was
did.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they took pictures of just Ethan and I with her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
yeah,
they did.
yeah.
They were great. So, I don't know, like
She was
that was, I
super
mean, that was
sweet.
the experience. That was your last thing, and even
Mhm.
your apprentice hugs, like she hugged Bella. Well, she asked, did you catch that? She was like,
Yeah.
"Do you prefer high fives or hugs?"
Oh,
And
I
Bella
didn't
said
hear that.
hugs, which I like that. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
care, but
It's
some people
right,
would definitely appreciate that,
right,
or they
yeah.
even asked me before they did Bella's makeup. They're like, "Do you want a list of the ingredients in our products?" I don't care. That sounds terrible. It sounds really bad when I say it like that, but I'm not one that keeps track of all the ingredients.
Right,
So
or you don't have any kind of, like not only do my kids have food allergies, but my
right,
kids also have skin allergic to
right,
certain things that hit their skin, so for me,
right.
I would have had including myself, I would have had to
Yeah.
say, I might need to see that list."
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so
But
you're right. Yeah, we're fortunate to where we don't have to worry. We have seasonal allergies and we have bad lungs. So,
right.
products are not something that we have to worry about. But once again, for someone who is very conscious of those things or has allergies,
Yeah.
like Disney's working with you. That's
Right,
why
yeah,
Disney is such a great place to vacation, and I know
right,
like there's an expense to it, but the reason why you guys went for so long was just simply for Noah's sake.
right.
Not everyone can feed allergy
Mhm.
kids like they
Yeah.
can.
I
And
always said
so,
it was a double vacation for me.
yeah,
Because when both of the boys were young, I was literally making 3 different meals every meal because of their
right.
food allergies, and so I could go and enjoy it and not have to make their food for either one of them,
Right.
and was so comfortable that they had it figured out and I didn't have to worry about it.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, it is that is why it's such a good place.
It is. It's the best, and just let us be Disney people. It's okay. You know,
Yeah,
you
and
you can go to the beach. We'll go to Disney. It's
do whatever you wanna do, but
fine.
yeah, yeah,
You have to
it's
know they're working with you. They
yeah,
make
they
it
are. Mhm.
enjoyable for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so after that was the whole experience, and we'll
Mhm.
talk about in a minute whether or not we think it was worth it or any tips that we have. But we're running a little bit out of time, so let's just briefly talk about maybe some of our favorite experiences that we did afterwards. The part I will mention that park, Magic Kingdom was closing at 6 o'clock that day. Four
That's
o'clock.
right.
Was
4
it 4? I
6
think it
6
was
o'clock, I think. Maybe it was
okay.
4. I don't know. Who
I can't
cares? It
remember.
was closing early.
It was closing early because they had a big cast member party.
Right.
And so one thing that I would recommend, and I'm very grateful that we did this, we did not plan anything else that day. Like
Mm-mm.
for us, we planned Bibbidi Boppidi. It was about an hour and a half experience. Um and we didn't have anything else planned other than, there were things like I wanted her to meet Tiana. She wanted to get beignets. But because
Mhm.
we had no other dining reservations planned
Mhm.
or no lightning lanes planned that day,
Right.
we just had that freedom to go at our own pace to do
Right.
what we wanted to do.
Right, and the
Um,
boys were gone until, like, 1 or 2 o'clock, so it was a
right.
perfect
Yeah.
day just to
Yeah.
kinda do
It was
whatever.
almost a restful day. Like we
Yeah,
didn't we didn't plan a rest day on this trip, but
we
that
didn't.
was a it wasn't I know the guys were walking for like 5 hours straight,
They were
but
tired.
I felt I felt fine that day. I thought it was a resting day for us for
Mhm.
sure. So what was one of your favorite things that we did afterwards, or like a memory that you have with Bella afterwards that just made it even more fun or anything like that?
Well, I'd have to say that I have to say 2 things.
Okay.
1, like, my favorite experience of the whole thing
Yeah.
really was the mirror, watching them do that whole mirror
Yes.
thing. That was really cool. But my other favorite experience, probably I would honestly have to say as from a boy mom, was
Yeah.
watching you
Oh, now
during
you're gonna make me
and
cry.
but, like, I intentionally was watching you during the whole experience as well,
Yeah.
because it was such an experience for you, and
Right.
so to see that element of it, just what it did to you as a mother with her, like, that was like, I was
Yeah.
glad to be there, but to me, it was just really special to see that and how much, like, it meant as much to you as it did her,
Right. Yeah.
and you saw that,
Right.
like, I was
Okay,
like,
yeah.
"That's really
You are
cool."
gonna make me cry.
I know, I'm gonna but yeah, so those were probably of all of it, and then, of course, I loved once she got to meet the fairy godmother, but that really
Yeah.
was my favorite thing of that whole
Mm.
experience, and then just, the attention that she got afterwards, just walking in the
Yes.
parks, like, how much she just loved it, ate it up, like, she's just a perfect little
Yeah.
give me that attention, like, she just ate it up, and I
And
loved watching it.
it was attention from cast members and, like, guests,
Yes,
like,
it was
everyone.
everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
And
everybody
just
just
overall kindness, you know what I mean?
yes,
Like,
yes,
that's
it
why,
was.
like, I know how much that stuff means to Bella. Like,
Mhm,
she loves that. So, like, a
mhm.
lot of times I will try if I see a little girl dressed up, like, on the buses or we're waiting
Yeah,
in line, like, I go out of my way to say, "You look so beautiful today,"
right.
like, 'cause
They love
I know
it.
my kid loves that,
Right, exactly, yeah,
So,
yeah, and
yeah.
it was overall kindness all day long for her
Yeah.
because of this whole experience, and
Right.
for her, it just was a dream come true, I feel like. You
Yeah,
know
it
what I
really
mean? Like, it
was.
really
Yeah.
was. Like, it
Yeah.
really like, even Brian said, "I can't imagine what she was like." And he said, "I know that she ate every bit of." I was like, "Oh, you should have seen her, honey." Like, it was
Yes.
just,
Right.
so yeah, it really was just the perfect little day for her.
Yeah, it really
Yeah, so,
was.
yeah.
There was a couple things that she wanted to do. She was Tiana. I had it was so cold, but I had this Tiana shirt to kind of match her. You had a oh, I just forgot her name. Tiana's friend.
The sassy one.
The sassy one.
Yeah,
You
the
had
sassy.
and yeah, the sassy friend shirt. And it said like classy and sassy on
Sassy.
it or
Yeah, I
something like
think
that.
so. Yeah.
And Ethan had his Lewis
Yes.
t-shirt on. And
Right.
so we all were like along with the Tiana theme, and she knew because of the Christmas gift, like she was going to be Tiana. So there was two things she wanted to do after the boutique. She wanted to meet Princess Tiana, and she
Mhm.
wanted to get beignets because
Beignets.
Tiana eats beignets.
Mhm.
So Tiana meets right behind Sir Mickey's. That was the first thing that we went to do.
Yeah. And we
And it
didn't
was
have
a
to wait.
short line.
Very
No, it was
short.
a short line.
Mhm.
Rapunzel was in there as well, which is great because we love Rapunzel just as much
Mhm.
as we love Tiana. But that was just fun. Like there was one picture I have of Bella, or maybe it's a video, when Tiana's talking to her and she just like perks up and she's like nodding her head like she's meeting a role model at that
Mhm.
moment. You know what I mean? So, just those added magic moments for her. And
Right.
I think once again, something that helped us do that is we didn't have plans. Like
Right.
we
We could
had
take our
things
time.
that we wanted to do. If we got
Mhm.
to do it, great. But like we were not constrained with a schedule.
Right.
And
Right.
so that was nice. And then we just walked over to Pecos Bill right over there across where you can get the beignets.
Mhm.
There was one spot that I stopped right in front of Tiana's Bayou. By the photo pass, I wanted her to get a picture in front of Tiana's
Oh,
Bayou.
yes, that's right.
And that photo pass, and it just goes along like she was all dressed up. That photo pass member walked Bella. They don't leave their spot, but she would walk Bella to different locations to make sure she got a good angle because she wanted pictures in front of Tiana's Bayou in her Tiana dress. And so,
Yes. And
I
those
mean,
are
these
some
are,
good ones.
professional photos that I'm going to print and put in our home. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they were good.
big
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
And then we got our beignets and we met Jack Sparrow, who
Oh,
Ethan's on a big pirates kick. Cyndi has always loved Jack
I'm a
Sparrow.
pirate girl.
You
Mhm.
are a
Yes.
pirate girl.
I've
You
always
need
loved her.
tell the list. One of my favorite stories from our trip was our interaction with Jack.
It
You
was
and Jack.
so
You
great.
tell them what happened with your phone.
Okay, so first we're standing in line, and of course our little Tiana is there, and the cast member comes up and tells Bella, says, "You might want to hide those jewels. Jack's a little fancy to jewels." And of course
Yeah,
Bella didn't understand what he was
right.
saying. And so we get up there, and Jack is just having one of these Jack conversations. Well, this and then this,
Yeah.
and it would just he just went on and on and on.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, Jack was looking for yes. And so
Right.
he finished his conversation, he looks at Bella, and Bella's just like and I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "That's right." And he keeps talking, and
Yes.
then if anyone knows me, anytime that my phone rings, it is the pirate theme song, and so
Yes.
we're standing there talking, and then all of a sudden, my phone starts ringing, and Jack stops, and he was like, "Well, that's a coincidence. What is that?" And I pulled up my phone, he just was like, "What?"
He said, "You've really invested into all of
Yes,
this,
he said,
haven't
"You're
you?"
completely invested in this," and I said, "Yes," because that's what he kept asking Belle,
Yes.
like,
He's like,
everything he needed her
"Yes."
"Yes," and he's like,
Yeah.
"You are all invested in this," and I'm like, "Yes," and then he finally looked at us and he was like, "You couldn't do that again if we tried."
That
Nope.
was so
Oh,
it was
it
perfect.
was perfect,
It was perfect
absolutely.
for our group who were all big
Yes,
Pirates fans.
yes,
Ethan had watched the pirate movie
yes,
on
we had
his
just
way.
finished them, yes,
Yeah. I mean, like, he's on the kick. He bought his little medallion, like, all the
yes.
things. And Bella's she's princess mode. She doesn't know,
Right, she doesn't.
but you're a
And
huge
that's what
Pirates
was
fan.
funny is, like, Jack's having this huge conversation in a Jack conversation style,
Yeah.
and she wasn't
Yeah.
getting it. And I
No.
was just like, "This is great."
Yeah.
And
Like, we
I'm like,
got it.
"Yes, yes."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was perfect. I
It
mean, we
was
couldn't have
so good.
it was so
It's been
good.
my favorite character interaction.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's great.
I really enjoyed my interaction with Flynn Rider on this trip. That was memorable because he talked
Oh,
mostly with me and Bella. I mean, me and
okay.
RJ than he did with Bella. That day that
Um,
he and Rapunzel walked around with Bella,
oh, I think
when
that's
you were
when I was
getting a
moving
new room.
rooms. Yeah, I was
Yes,
getting a new
that's when
room.
you're,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I missed it, yeah.
But Jack also, like, up there, like, just so funny.
And I
But
think
it was your
he appreci
phone that made it. Your
Yes, and
phone
I
going
think
off
he
was perfect.
appreciated that so much, like, he was
Yes.
so into, like, "I can't really believe this is,
Yeah,
like"
I don't know what to say
'cause
to
he looked at
this.
me and he goes, "That's me song." I said, "Yes." It was
Oh
the
my
best
word, that was
interaction.
so good. And then we went and we rode Pirates, like,
Yes, we did.
it was a low crowd day because the park was opening up
Yeah,
or
it was
closing
nice.
early, and it was just so nice, and there was little spots that I wanted to stop and get pictures. I took tons of pictures that day. Ethan was so patient with me
He was
with
very
all of that. He was
I know.
so good. He was so
Yeah.
good through all of it. Like, he knew, like, this was a Bella day,
This
and
is
he
the
was
best
cool
day.
with it,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
and it was great, and then to top it off at the end, oh, I keep telling more and more stories. It was just such a magical day. Like, at the end of the day before we left the park, when you and I were doing our reel,
Oh,
um,
yes.
our coffee reel, which was a hit, an internet hit, okay?
We're so
Um,
famous.
we are so famous. RJ took Bella up to the front of the castle where they were doing their Friends show, and, like, Tiana and Naveen was singing, and Tiana locked eyes with Bella and waved at her and her Tiana, like, just like that extra magic
Yeah.
moment. And
Yeah.
then on their way back to the hotel, we were the last ones on the bus, me, RJ, and Bella, and, we get on, and the bus driver looks at Bella, and he bows to her, and he was like, "Welcome, princess," and the bus is packed, there's nowhere for us to sit. There was a man that got up that let Bella sit down because she was a princess. It was so sweet. And before the bus took off, the bus driver made an announcement in the bus. It says, "Can I have your attention, please? I just want to remind everyone to be on their best behavior because we have a princess on board." And everyone looked at Bella and clapped for her, and she was just like, and like eating it up. Like,
Yeah.
it's so, Disney is just so awesome
Yeah.
about
And I'll
all
say,
of
I
that
don't know that
stuff.
I've ever heard one of the bus drivers do that before.
No.
I really haven't. Like,
It was
we've
like a
run a lot of buses.
pre-recorded thing, and so they
Oh.
have it on the side, but I've never
Oh.
been on a bus where they've done
No.
that before.
I thought that when you were telling us that you meant that the actual bus driver said that. I didn't realize it was pre-recorded.
No, he just,
Okay.
like, I guess it
He just
sounded pre-recorded
he
to
just had to
me.
hit a button.
Yeah, I guess he just hit a button,
Hmm.
but yeah, it was
Still,
so,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah. And then,
That was
like, these 2 girls kept talking, she was pretending like they were at her meet and greet and, like, talking to her. It's like, "Tia." Um,
cool.
alright, so that was our experience. It was a great day. I would
It
do
was a
it.
great day.
I would not change anything about that day. That day was perfect.
Mm-mm.
It was,
Yeah.
for me, it was the highlight of our
Mhm.
trip, for
And I'll
Bella,
say
at
going
least.
into it, I've always thought I think someone said this to you, like, when you take her in there, don't let her get that bun and slicked back hair. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And when you see the kids, little girls walking around, I'm like, "Why do they always do their hair like that?" But
Right.
then when you looked at the hair options,
Yeah.
then it was about, "Oh, okay, I know,
Yeah,
because
that's
this is
why.
about the bling." Like,
Right.
you could
Yeah.
only get the crown with that hairstyle.
Right,
That
everything else
was
came
it.
with a hair bow or, like,
Yeah.
like a wig hairpiece. They were
Yes.
all buns, just styled differently,
Yeah, but,
basically.
like, if you were Rapunzel, I think it was a long, like a
Oh,
hairpiece that
okay.
had braids or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, but, like, being around, you think, "Oh, I wouldn't do my little girl's hair like that. I
Right,
wouldn't
yeah.
do that." And then Bella gets in there, and I'm like, "Oh, no, this is what you need."
Yeah, you want the crown,
I
you
was
want
like, "No,
all the things.
this
That was so
this is
great.
what you need, sweetie." Yeah, so, yeah, it
So
was great.
good.
It was a good experience. I'm
It
glad
was a
I got
great
to do it.
experience.
It
5 out
was.
of 5 stars, like, amazing.
Yes.
The whole thing was perfect, and I was looking through some, like, last questions I had on the show notes, but we really covered it again. Like, my recommendation is, if you have a kid that's girly and loves the princesses, this is a must, and, that 6, 7 range is a perfect age for it, and, um I think you're gonna get the most bang for your buck if you do the second package and bring a
Right.
dress that your kid's gonna be comfortable in all day. We know that Bella has issues with texture on dresses sometimes, so I picked a soft dress that I know she would not complain about all day, and it's just another great Disney extra, like the Keys to the Kingdom tour, that it's not
Mhm.
something you need to do on every trip. It's something that's a
No.
splurge for sure.
Right.
This was a special thing for Bella. This was a birthday
Right.
trip for her, a Christmas gift, like all those things. But I don't regret it. I don't regret the money.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't change anything. It was
Mm-mm.
perfect. It was absolutely
No.
perfect.
So what do you think that your favorite thing of that experience was?
Oh gosh.
I mean, I told you what mine was, so,
Yeah.
like, really, like, if you had to pick one part of it, could you?
I don't know. My favorite thing was watching Bella live through the moment.
Yeah.
Like this was huge for her, and
Right.
she loved it, and I loved how much she loved it, and how, she's not the kid that's going to throw a tantrum. She's not the kid that's going to cry. Like that's just not her personality. We've been
Right.
very fortunate with that. But but she's also not like spoiled bratty. Does that make sense?
No. Yeah,
So
no.
like she loved this, and she was
Mhm.
kind, and she was all the things, and I loved watching how much she loved it and how special it was for her. Um on the side, I really, really, really loved how much we were in Cinderella's castle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm a big photo person. I like to take lots of, because memories are important to me. I
Right.
have a little thing on my desktop that shows me a photo of the day, and it's amazing how many of them are of Cyndi and Chris or Brian every day.
Well, I think I've gotten 2 memories this week from you that where
Yeah, it
I
was
was like,
so bad.
"Oh."
And there was another one I got that I didn't send to you. I just was like, man, this is bad. I get all
I
the
know.
pictures of this. It's fine.
I
I
know. I
love it.
still have to create my I'm going to put together a post of all the bad pictures.
Yeah, I need to send. I haven't sent you all
I
of them
know.
yet.
I was
So
like,
wait until I send you all of
I
them.
just so want to put together a post of, and then there were these.
Yes, these
These,
ones.
you know,
All of
the
them on
boys.
Tiana's Bayou, basically.
Oh my word. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Uh,
So bad.
But I did love how much the PhotoPass people were in there too, because that
Yeah, that was
allowed
neat.
me to sit back and enjoy it with her.
Yes.
And
Yes.
not
That
have to be,
was.
there was a couple times I got a photo, but maybe like 3. I did like 3
Mhm.
things, and I really
Right.
just was like, "You know what? I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna enjoy this."
Yeah.
And, I
Especially
loved
since
it.
they were there,
Yeah,
to capture
right.
so much of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
perfect.
It was. It was a great,
It was
it was a
great.
great experience. It
And
really
I'm
was.
glad that you got to experience it with me. I'm glad
I
that I
know.
wasn't there by myself with her, even though it was still been enjoyable, but that someone else
Yeah.
could see it, and
Yeah.
it was special for you as well.
I know. I missed it. Audrey did it when she was little. She was probably 3 or 4 when we had all gone together. And Noah, I think, of course, was sick or something. So I'd had to take
Yeah.
him back to the room for a nap or a treatment, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I was supposed to go with Kelly with Audrey, and I didn't get to go. And I was like, I remembered like that was, I mean, what, 15 years
Yeah.
ago? And
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll never get a chance
Oh,
again to do
yeah.
this, so that was really neat for me
The
to
only
be
thing I wish we could
like,
do different is if Miss Betty could come with us.
I know she would have
And my
loved
mom,
it.
of course, my
Oh,
mom as
yeah.
well. But like
Right.
Betty would have
And
loved it.
and to get us pixie dusted. Like,
Oh
we
yeah.
needed some
Oh,
glitter.
we're gonna change that. Our next trip, that's our number one goal. We're gonna get pixie dusted.
Imagine what Brian would say when I come back with all this glitter in my hair.
You know what? It took me no time to wash it out of Bella's. I thought it was gonna be a
I
fight.
was
It
so
was not a fight at all.
surprised.
I wonder
I
if it's.
kind
I
of
should have asked
wonder
what the products were.
I kind
'Cause
of wonder if they've changed it.
I
Because
wonder if they
I
did.
do remember Kelly telling me when Audrey had it done years ago, it took her days to get that stuff out.
Yeah.
Like, I think she left her hair for the next day just because,
Yeah.
but I remember her saying it took quite a while to get all that out. So I wonder if they've changed some of their products to make it a
Maybe they
little,
have. I mean, because I
easier.
even just use the Disney shampoo. And
Yeah.
there's no water pressure. I don't care what hotel you're staying in. That I want to be hit like a fire hose in the shower. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? There's
Mhm.
hardly any water pressure in that in those showers. But like things just like
I
I don't
was
know, it just
shocked.
washed right out, and I used the Disney shampoo that they had there. Not a problem.
I guess I was surprised too that you did wash it out that night. I
Well,
kind of
yeah.
expected you to leave it for the next day, like, "Oh, we're gonna eat this up a little bit
Well,
longer."
I was nervous because she's like me. She is a wild sleeper.
Um,
So I thought she's going to be moving so much, maybe like the pillow, like, and then I don't have the stuff to fix it back. Does that
yeah,
make sense? So I
yeah.
was a little paranoid about that. I did think about it.
But you could have let her, and then we could have gone back and told them that their little song didn't work.
I know, that's right. We should have done that. Yeah, it didn't stay. Can we
It didn't
try
stay.
again?
Try again.
That would be hilarious. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
It didn't stay.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, it was a fun experience.
It was great. I
Between
loved it.
that and the interaction with Jack, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Best part of the trip, honestly. So
yeah.
good.
Yeah. I think I asked the boys, like, what's one of your favorite memories, or something
Yeah.
like that. Or maybe they asked me, and I was like, that interaction with Jack was
Yeah.
just, we could
So
not
good.
have done that. And
Yeah.
it just was the best,
I
so.
love how all of our trips have themes.
Yes,
I
they
don't know if
do.
you picked up on this. This trip was heavily a Tiana theme because Bella was Tiana all day, but a lot of our memories wrapped around Tiana's Bayou because this was Noah's first time and your first time and Brian's. So
Yeah,
it was
all of us.
all of your first time on it. We rode it
Right.
twice. I
Yes.
rode it twice. I know Noah and then went on it that last day with you
Yes.
guys again. And
Yes,
so
was that the day after y'all left? We were back
Yes.
in the Magic Kingdom.
It was so cold.
Literally, like, it was so
in
cold.
the teens. Yeah.
And Caroline was like, we're going to go ride Tiana. I was like, it is freezing. You're not serious. And she was like, this is my only chance. I was like, you're going to get soaked. Like, Jessalyn got soaked. She's like, I don't know. I was like, it's like 40 degrees outside.
Did she get as wet as what I did?
No, she didn't. I think Ethan took Peeper's jacket, and I had
Okay.
one of the cheap ponchos.
Okay.
And I said, here, just y'all take these. At least you won't, because it's cold, and then you're
Cold,
gonna get
yeah.
wet. So I was
Right.
like, just take these. But I don't think any of them. I can't remember from the picture, but I don't think any of them put the poncho on. It was freezing.
So cold.
It was
I
so
got
cold.
so wet. Both times. Both
Yes.
times.
Both
I
times.
don't know how
So-
that happens to me.
I don't know. But those are some of the pictures, folks, I'm going to put in, and then there were these.
Yes. Great trip. Great trip. Wouldn't change it.
But yeah, I
So
would say,
perfect.
that was one of the themes for sure.
Yeah. Tiana's. All right. Well, I think we should wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me, Cyndi. We will
You're
continue to talk about how we're going to start our own podcast. Adulting tips.
Wait a second now. Wait a second.
Hi, Noah.
Podcast. Hello. Good evening.
We're going to do an adulting tips with Cyndi and Jessalyn.
Oh, is that a good idea?
Oh, it's a great idea.
Listen, y'all have been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
Don't
Our
tell
podcast-
RJ.
I was looking at the
We're
time.
sorry, RJ.
We had so much to say.
Are we rating the podcast?
Oh, hi, Spencer.
Where's Caroline?
I don't know. She's downstairs.
For our listeners, all of us have just barged in to the podcast because she's
Yeah.
been going for an hour and 22 minutes at this
Yeah.
point recording.
Me and RJ did not go this long when we had to do it.
Well,
we
all of
talk
you
a
knew it
lot.
was a bad idea to put Jessalyn and Cyndi by themselves on a podcast. So
Yeah, we really needed a
No.
moderator.
You
for
should have
that.
known better.
We had a lot of side stories.
We did. We did.
All right, everyone say bye. I'm going to stop the recording.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, listeners.
Stop it, you two.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show. Before you go, please don't forget to gather your belongings and head over to our email at carouselpod@gmail.com to ask us your questions. Oh, and wouldn't you believe it? You can now bring the magical sense of vacation right into your home. Check out the Magic Candle Company and use our exclusive link with the code CarouselPod at checkout to get 15% off your order. And don't forget, we're here to help you plan your future Disney trips. Just send us a message at rj@famvia.com. Until next time, we'll see you in a great, big, beautiful week.